What's up, everybody? So I just came from a job in Oakland. Pretty much they're my neighbors and stuff like that too. So I'm driving in my little commuter car, not in my truck. I know you're jealous with all my MPG, baby. But hey,
Take the next
I'm
right
gonna
onto
show
Fontaine
you
Street.
what happens when you have an amateur install a turf job. It's gonna be part of my walkthrough video. It's just a job walk at this point. If I end up getting the job, because
Continue
repair
on
jobs are
Fontaine
more
Street
harder
for
than like
3/4 of
a
a mile.
normal turf install job. I'll take a 5,000 square foot turf install job over a 300 square foot repair that someone else butchered up, because if I'm going to put my name on it, it's got to look really good. So, you can't put your name on someone else's work that they just didn't know what they were doing. It's a couple amateur mistakes. Luckily, the lady had a beautiful grass. I think she had it from a good provider, and it looks pretty nice. And for as far apart as they are, it hit it pretty good. So I can't even imagine when we fix this thing how beautiful our front lawn is going to look, but it takes a lot of work. So enjoy the video, and I'll show you what happens when you hire an amateur to do the turf job. And to be honest with you, what we're going to charge now is going to exceed what she would have paid if she just hired a normal guy with above average knowledge to install the job in the very first place. So don't hire amateurs, hire professionals. Look at their work, go check out a couple of the jobs, and you gotta do your shopping around. The cheapest guy is never the best guy. We're not expensive as a company our own selves. We're not the cheapest guy though,
Turn right onto
but
Mountain
I'll let you check it out.
Boulevard, then use the right.
All right, we're in Oakland, California. We have one small tiny seam right here, and it's right when you walk into the gate. We're gonna carpet kick it and nail it so that it's a lot more tighter. And this one's only got about 3/4 inch of a gap, so that one's an easy fix. Now the entire border, which is a black, or I could say, well, natural colored brown metal edging, needs to come up. And although it looks like it's on the money right here, it's not, because if you lift up the hairs, you'll see that it's about 1 inch away. The entire border needs to come up, so you got to move it up with a pick. All right, I'm going to show you the other stuff in a second. There's more stuff to go, but I'm passing it to show you the border. Now some places, right here for example, are right on the money and it's done properly. But as you move further into the yard, you'll see that there's a large gap that's created. Now the depth of these borders can be anywhere from 4 to 8. I think I've even heard of a foot. Let me get a little dig in here and see what we got, what we're working with here. Okay, good news. It's only a 4-inch border, as you can see there. All right, so this is a 4-inch border. Now we're going to pull up the border. We're going to move it in closer to the big piece here, which is our next area of focus. And we're going to go all the way up to the top. So you got to pull the border up all the way to the top. Coming up here, you'd move it over. Down there towards the yard, the dynamic of the yard has to change so that you can make that turf look better. That little turf scrap right there. Over here, it's not nailed. Right here by the vent in the house, by the back side of the yard. There's an irrigation pipe right here. So if you lift it up, you'll see that. Hello, right there. There's an irrigation pipe. They didn't finish compacting it. Hit it with the hand tamper. Throw in some 5-inch nails. Carpet kick it so it's closer to the house, and that'll fix that problem. Now this is the biggest problem of all, because this piece right here, which essentially looks like a big old piece of pizza, is having a gap of roughly, I want to say, let me see, about 1 inch. You can see that? About 1 inch wide gap. So to fix this one, you're going to have to adjust the shape of the border so that we can bring it up, but it's only 1 inch, so it's not so aggressive. You'll hardly notice it. Now on this side, you got to bring it in, not just from here to here, but 2 inches from here to here. So this needs to be moved a total of 5 inches, because there's also a gap on the right hand side of this turf, and I'm going to show you the biggest, fluffiest one. They moved all this turf. They even did turf mohawks in the middle to hide it, and they're totally disrespecting the culture. I'll say it again, that they got a damn 2-inch gap. Okay, so there's the little gap right there, and you'll see that that gap, even though the hairs are combed to cover it. This is probably a fantastic turf for hide and seam if they just did it right. But it's a great turf for hiding the lines, because even with this huge gap, when you comb it over, you can hardly tell the difference up close. But when you stand back, you can see that there's probably a 2 to 2.5 inch gap moving all the way down. So the solution would be, once we pull this up, move the border in, compact the area back again, and fix the ground, and we move this turf on the inside, what we're going to have to do is nail it all back down again so that we can fix it. The seam in the middle, which you can see it here, is also a pretty wide gap. And I'm trying to show you with my camera. You can't see that the way I see it with my eyes in real life, but I'll bend it up and I'll show you. Same thing. You got about an inch gap or so. The solution here, and it's rarely nailed. It's nailed once in a blue moon over here, so it's pretty loose. So just pull up the nails, which are galvanized nails. They're not non-galvanized. They're not sticking yet. Carpet kick it in on both sides and fix that gap. So the total job will take 1 to 2 days.